Welcome again to another ddxauto video, and in this video I'm going to go over the kind of differences in the model years of the Corvette ZR1s. I've been lucky enough to accumulate 5 ZR1s, one from every single year, and we're going to go through what the differences are, what the similarities are, what the colors are, what's rare, what's not rare, and kind of just talk about ZR1s in general. So to my right here is a 2013 Inferno Orange ZR1. This car I got this year in 2021, and it's got some interesting features, if you call them that. It's the last generation of the C6 ZR1, the last year of the C6 ZR1, and it's one of the rarer colors. And actually for the year, for 2013, they only made 7 Inferno Oranges. In total, out of all the runs of Corvette ZR1s, they only made 69. So 13 was the rarest in terms of they only made 7 of this exact car in that year. It was also the 60th anniversary of the Corvette in 2013. And it's got some interesting things about it in general. You could actually option these black headlights, which I thought was cool, because when I looked at the car originally, I had to question whether they were aftermarket or they pulled them off a black ZR1, because I had never seen them factory optioned. And I've got the sticker for this car, and it was all of a $400 option to get the black headlights, which is kind of cool. Being a 13 also means it got the most upgraded of the Corvette seats. And if you hear anybody gripe about the C6 Corvettes, it's always about how crappy the seats are. So the 13 had the best of the seats. It's not saying a ton because they're not fantastic, but in terms of the C6 Corvette line, the 13s are the best example of seats for the ZR1. In total, they made 482 ZR1s for 2013, and so it's on the lower end of the production cycle for these cars on a year-over-year basis. I believe it's actually the lowest was 2013. It started strong in 09 and kind of just went down from there. The other bit I noticed about this car, and it's just little things, honestly, from year to year, beyond the seats, the dash has got speakers on the dash, which is interesting because the 09s and the 10s don't for whatever reason, so they obviously changed the stereo around. To be honest, to me it sounds like junk regardless, but there are speakers on the dash for what it's worth. And next up is a 2012 Carlisle Blue ZR1. This is the rarest ZR1 that I have. It's amazingly rare at 1 of 11 ever produced. So out of all the model years, they only made these in 2012, and they only made 11. This color, the Carlisle Blue, for 2012 was a 1 of 11 color. And that sounds rare for 12, but in fact, they didn't make this color in any other year. So this color was only a 2012 color, and there are only 11 Carlisle Blue ZR1s that exist. Just a brief story about this car, and I've been trying to do this more and more as my kids grow up. So I took my son, my oldest is 16, and I took him with me to get this car in Dallas. So we're in Michigan right now. He and I flew down to Dallas, Texas, and picked this car up in Dallas and drove it back. And that sounds terrible for a 1 of 11 car, but the car already had 40,000 miles on it. What was another, 1,500? Point being is, it's got sentimental value to me because my son and I got to drive it back from where we purchased it in Dallas, and it was a good time, and we had a blast driving it back, hitting Cracker Barrels and Shoney's and whatever else along the way. But it's one of those things I always remember about this car, is going down there with him and grabbing it. And actually, 2012 was the least produced ZR1 year, if that sounds right. They made 404 in 2012. I thought 482 for 2013 was it, but nope, 2012 is where the lowest run was done, and it's 404 for that year. So again, this is 1 of 11 of 404 for 2012. So next up is this 2011 Supersonic Blue. And you'll probably see a motif here. I'm going for the rarer colors. I actually like this color a lot. It's a slick looking blue. It's almost like a gray blue. It is a 1 of 121. And they made 93 in 2011, I believe. So not a rare car for 2011 in this color, but overall it's a 1 of 121, which again is cool in its own right, but the fact that it's rare and cool is, I dig it. Unfortunately, walking back in time here to these ZR1s does not mean we're getting better. It means we're getting worse. Unfortunately, not that ZR1s are bad, but some features of them, hint, hint, the seats are horrible, especially as we go back in time. 10 is even worse, as we'll see in a minute. 12 was pretty good. 11's kind of in the middle somewhere. The CTS-V of the same era had fantastic seats. So why the Cadillac guys and the Corvette guys didn't like powwow and figure out the seats, I have no idea. But the Cadillac seats are unreal for the same year. And that goes all the way back to 09 with the Cadillac, so just a tidbit there. As far as production numbers go, for ZR1s in 11, they made 806. As we go back in time, they're making more and more, so 11 was, was a good year for production numbers, almost 1,000. But again, makes this car, as rare as it is. The 12 and 13 have this predicament as well. They changed the transmission gearing in 11 to be a little less aggressive in first and second. I'm assuming it was for fuel economy, but who knows why. But if you get a ZR1, you have the trans redone, you can opt for earlier gearing, which makes it a little more aggressive in first and second. That said, as you get more and more horsepower, it kind of matters less that the gearing's less aggressive. It's almost a good thing. So it's a double-edged sword. Also interesting is the lights. I mentioned that 13 had black headlights, and they look really nice and aggressive. Typically, ZR1s came body color headlights. So you can see the back of these two cars are both body color. That's a standard ZR1 look. But again, you could opt for a couple $100 apparently for the black. And I don't know if that was a later year thing only, or if you could opt for black headlights in the 2010 or 2011 model year 2. Next up is my 2010 ZR1. You may have seen this before in other videos. This was my very first ZR1. So it's got sentimental value because of that. And you'll probably hear a theme here. My son and I went to Florida to grab this car. It's in Cyber Gray metallic. It's a 2010. It is not particularly rare. They made, I believe, 502 Cyber Grays in 2010 and 945 overall out of the 4,000 and something ZR1s they made total. So not particularly rare in terms of color. I always liked this color, and apparently lots of folks did too, because to give you an idea of numbers, black is the most made ZR1 color, but in the 2010 and I believe 29 model years, they made more Cyber Grays than black. So those first 2 years, this was a color to have. I think it's a great color to this day. It's got a blue pearly sparkle to it. It changes from black to gray to blue pearly, depending on light, and it's a really mean looking car. Again, this one's heavily modified, so it's by no means stock, and the 3 before this were completely stock, very few modifications whatsoever. This inherits, as we're going back in time, the better transmission, where better is relative. It's got the little bit more aggressive first and second gears, but it also inherits the terrible seats, so that's its legacy. And honestly, of all the terrible seats, 09 and 10 were the worst too. So it is what it is. In terms of overall numbers for the Cyber Gray, again, it's not rare at all. They made 1,577 total over all the years. But again, I think it's one of, if not my favorite color ZR1. We talked about the 13, the 12, the 11, and the 10, and they only made it one more year, and that's the 09. And behind me is not a 2009 Jetstream Blue ZR1, unfortunately. I do have one, but it's currently in the shop getting its motor replaced, so it's motorless at the moment, and it's being rebuilt as a monster 15, 16, 1700 horsepower car for the Jetstream Blue project, of which this is one half. And what this is behind me is a 2008 Z06, but imagine it's a 2009 ZR1 for today's video. The 09s and the 10s are honestly very similar. The only difference I can see, beyond they share the turd seats and they share the better transmission, the only difference I can see is in the gauge cluster. Some slight, very slight differences. Otherwise, they're the same car. And again, for 09, they made the most Cyber Gray metallics, more than blacks. But this color, I believe they made 262 in that year. I could be off a bit, and 465-ish total. So not a rare color, but I think, I said Cyber Gray was my favorite, but honestly, the Jetstream Blue, the more I look at it, the better it looks. It just out in the sun looks really, really good, and it pops. So that's my 5 years of ZR1s. So I've talked about ZR1s from every year, from 09 all the way through 13, but there are 2 ZR1s that I'm missing. And if you watched my top 5 and my top, 6 through 10 videos, you'll know that I'm looking for 2, and if you can help me find them, I'll be ever grateful. Those 2 are a 2009 Atomic Orange ZR1. They only made 35. And it's a really cool color. You see it often in Z06s. I've got the Inferno Orange behind me, which is like a pure color, and the Atomic is more of a metallic orange, a dark burnt metallic orange. Looks really slick, Looks great with weld wheels. The second is a night race blue, and they only made the night race blue in 13. So they bookended 13 and 9 with the atomic orange and night race blue, 54 night race blues. And it's a really dark, almost black blue. Very slick looking, really good looking with aluminum wheels. But again, looking for those two cars to complete the oranges and the blues, because they made 4 blues and 2 oranges, and I've got most of them, but I'm missing 2. So thanks for watching to the end, you guys. If you want more car content from ddxauto, by all means, like, subscribe, and all that BS. And catch us on Instagram too at ddxauto.